Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 3 in this best of 3 series. We are all tied up. Good luck, have fun. Okay, you convinced me. Have fun, good luck. Apparently Bly doesn't normally wish his opponents good luck, have fun, but GosWser doing a good job. That you can all into. Oh, coin flipper. Alright, yep. Sometimes that's all it is. It is just a coin flip sometimes. As both sides now going into the game. GosWser spawning on the top right-hand side of the map as a blue Zerg. Meanwhile, Bly spawning as the red Zerg on the bottom left. And GosWser saying his coin flips are better than Bly's. I love this bantering talk in the early portions of the game. I'm just seeing what these players are exactly thinking, as we are now going into the early stages. So far, both of these players have different styles for their openings. I believe GosWser goes for a 9 Overlord. Meanwhile, Bly goes for a 10 Overlord. Slight variations. And we'll see if any particular player does come out ahead. You can see that there's a slight variation there. Slight variation in terms of the minerals, as we are now seeing spawning pools coming from both sides. And oh, Bly losing 5 minerals with a drone who was so eager to grow up and be a spawning pool that he forgot to drop those minerals off back at the hatchery. Here we go. Drones just constantly mining, going back and forth. Meanwhile, what are we going to be seeing next? As this drone will now be making its way down to the natural expansion. It will be a pool expand or a pool hatch here by both of these players. And you can see that this mirror match is pretty much that, exactly identical in terms of production. Both players will be scouting each other at about the same time. You can see that the follow-up overlords, a slight variation on the timing there, as it looks like GosWser is just a little bit ahead across the map. So far, none of these players have taken... Nope, what is this? Bly now taking up his gas a bit earlier. Meanwhile, GosWser perhaps hoping to get 4 queens and being able to defend with 4 queens, as this Overlord is just going to keep track of Bly's. If GosWser is extremely efficient with his queen, he could try and shoot down this Overlord before this Overlord can get away. Extractor finally coming in a bit late. That's what Bly wanted to see. He wanted to see if his opponent had gotten gas, and a beautiful mind fake there. GosWser placing down the drone, making it look like he is going for gas, only to cancel it. That is going to be a huge mind change into Bly, as Bly is thinking, okay, you know what? You're going to be going into metabolic boost. You're going to have a good size army, while GosWser may simply be going into 4 queens with a couple of spine crawlers in order to defend whatever Bly tries to throw at him. He's going to have a superior economy, as we will be seeing a lot more Zerglings come in from Bly than we see come in from GosWser. You can see the queens are in position. There you can see also creep tumors being placed down. And the creep tumors are extremely important, as you need to be able to connect the bases for your main source of defense. If the queens do not have movement speed, they cannot get over in time in order to actually push back. Interestingly enough, Bly is researching metabolic boost and also teching the tier 2. This is rather unusual at this point, as the queen does need to head back here. We are going into a Roach Warren and a evolution chamber already, creating a rather narrow choke point here, and both sides getting to tier 2. This may be a tier 2 Roach push coming in from both sides, as GosWser has completely forgone metabolic boost, which means he will have 100 extra gas for 4 more Roaches. Now, if those Roaches pay for themselves and they're able to really push back the Zergling attack, he's going to be in a great position, as there are just 2 queens sitting there, as the queens are not going to be able to push through at all. You can see 2 queens there, and their drones now starting to harvest here. We are going into the missile upgrades. Are we going to perhaps be seeing level 2 missile upgrades in addition to Oh, the level 2 missile attack, that is going to be absolutely huge, as they will be able to two-shot Zerglings. Roach is now trying to test the waters. There they go, cleaning up a couple of Zerglings there. Down they go as they are just continuing to push forward. Again, another Zergling gets taken down. And Bly hoping to go for fast gas on 2 bases with 4 extractors. He wants to win this war with Mutalisk like he did in Game 1. GosWser, however, already setting up a hatchery here. And now we can see Bly is going for an Overseer. Bly already tipping his hand that, hey, I'm at tier 2. What about you? Little does he know that his opponent is also at tier 2. And he is going to be going for... No. Bly is going for Ventral Sack, so we could be seeing a Doom drop as well. This is a rather aggressive Zerg versus Zerg style, considering the fact that there is absolutely no units on the field. GosWser now going to be in a bit of trouble here. He's getting surrounded, losing that Queen very, very quickly. Level 1 weapons upgrade has yet to be completed. You cannot afford to lose those Queens, especially when they are such a key part of your army and production. This hatchery is not yet done, as the Zerglings are going to try and run by and get in a lot of damage once more. Mutalisk already coming in. Bly having enough gas to train up 6, maybe 7 Mutalisks. In just a moment, this is what these Zerglings going to finish off this hatchery, and this is looking extremely good for Bly, but GosWser does have a lot of units here at the front door. Overlord spewing creep, actually benefiting GosWser a bit more, as the Zerglings... Oh, cancellation there. The Roaches going after the Mutalisk, as the Mutalisk are now just overhead. Can the Roaches get enough damage off onto these drones? It looks like drone after drone will be falling. More Queens being trained. Roaches do have an extremely high amount of health for Mutalisk to deal with, as GosWser is coming in. 16 workers killed already. The line of units coming across the map. GosWser just having so many Roaches. They are upgraded at 1-0. And with that upgrade, able to finish off so many of those Zerglings. Drone after drone has fallen. Mutalisks are still over here. It looks as though the Roaches are trying to finish off more drones. Still, the worker kill count up to 39. And I believe Bly just completely miscalculated the beefiness of these Roaches. These Roaches are so strong. Could you imagine if they actually got one armor upgrade? The Mutalisk Glaveworm damage would actually bounce to do a lot less as well. You can see that there is a hatchery off over here. It looks like Bly is going to be losing this as well. Alright, so apparently the Overlord drop was not successful at all. I was wondering what happened. Was there a bad drop at any given point that... because I did see the Ventral Sack upgrades, but I don't see where all of the units went. Both of them were pretty neck and neck throughout this game. You know, see. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the 9-minute mark here. Zergling's gonna clean this up, and I am still kind of confused at what's happening. The Zergling's gonna clean this up here. There's about a 25 supply difference, as the Roaches are now no sign of drops, no catching any units out of position. This was just a straight up massive destructive push by GosWser, using those very, very powerful Roaches early on. Glaveworms not dealing a lot of damage to them, and the Roaches finishing off the Zerglings far too quickly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3 in this Best of 3 series. GosWser winning 2-1.